back to Second and Short, where the playbook is always open. I'm Eli.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Hayden.
That was Josie makes it look hard.
Yeah, that was good.
Some weeks.
Scout's saying hi as well. It's been a while. We haven't had a podcast in a minute.
Yeah.
Been a busy summer. The top 100 list, we're still cracking it down. Eli, is Scout at the back door or the garage
I
door?
think garage. You want me to check them?
Yes, please, because that's going to get really annoying. Scout's non-existent balls have not dropped yet. We're going to continue on with our top 100 players. We've gotten through half of the list. We've already had one preseason game, so we need to pick up the pace on that big time. I'm assuming we're going to get through a pretty large chunk today. Unless there's any notes. Do you guys
So I
wanna just
derail
jump
this
right in?
episode.
Yeah, derail it? No, I don't think so. I think we could probably try to push out 20, 25 of them.
I agree. All right. Number 50, I think, is what we left off as. Sauce Gardner. Gonna be a big season for him. He does have the new contract already. That's huge, but huge regression last year. One of the few players to be a first-team All-Pro during his first two seasons. Last year took a step back, and then the Robert Saleh defense, they didn't really ask him to do a ton. In the Aaron Glenn defense, you're going to be throwing around a lot more exotics, so it's going to be fun to see what Sauce can do with a new defense in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he backs it up this season to his first couple seasons, I think he can easily be a top 20, top 15 guy on this list next year. And even if he continues to regress, I think he already made a name for himself. Whereas as long as it's not atrocious, he'll always be in this like top 75 range because he's been so good. But yeah, I think if he bounces back, he has a good shot to get up into like top 20, top 15 next year.
And the name brand.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, a few words.
Saucy.
Hey,
All right.
not much to say about him.
Naples, I think you're the only one without the list up.
I got the list up.
Oh, do you want to take away with the next guy?
Yep, so we can go ahead and, better corner. Obviously, we rated him as a higher corner on this list. It's the Warden of the North, number 2-1 in Cleveland, Denzel Ward. Here's a guy that just is always producing.
Last you need to do like a Collinsworth kind of voice there?
No, he's just always producing.
Here's a
guy. He's, he looks a little Mahomes out there at the cornerback position, but just one of the more sound tacklers at the cornerback position. You don't normally see that a lot nowadays from some of these guys. They're soft. Denzel, last season put together like a really healthy year. Normally he misses a few games, but last year put together, I think he played every game. If not, he missed one. A few years before that, he normally plays about 14. So just overall consistent, reliable, locked down. I think ESPN or PFF had him as like the number 2 or 3 ranked corner in the league. Like just overall a stud. Pro's pro.
Not that the Browns are drafting like tons of Ohio State guys, but wasn't there like a huge drought of like no Ohio State guys? Was Denzel like the first guy that they took an Ohio State guy? Like it almost seemed like they were staying away from them. I remember that being a storyline.
It's definitely a lot more frequent now. Just like going through the current guys, DeJuan Jones, Quinshon Judkins. There's a lot more.
Like I feel like that was a storyline
for us.
like
Ronnie
6
Hickman
or 7
played
years
at Ohio
ago.
State.
Of like Browns just won't draft Ohio State guys even if they're right there, and then they took Denzel and it worked out for them.
Meanwhile,
maybe
the
I'm just making
Steelers,
stuff
the
up.
Steelers love Ohio State players and always have.
I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you? Honestly,
Yeah.
O-line quarterbacks.
Ohio State guys are great. I don't know. I feel like it just depends. I don't think there's a direct correlation between Cleveland needing to draft any Ohio State guys. Just if it fits their team, if the coach and GM love them, owner loves them, then they'll be a brand.
It is kind of fun when key figures in an organization have been there long enough. You do start to see those parallels. The Steelers love MAC players, for instance. They love Ohio State players. And then the Ravens, they are big on the Bama and Oklahoma. And obviously a part of that is, or Philly with Georgia players. And a part of that's like, those are just the best college football teams. But there is something to say for it. So it's cool. At 48, we have arguably the best defensive tackle in the game in Dexter Lawrence. He was on pace to be the defensive player of the year before he got hurt. It's kind of funny. We got one of the weaker defensive player of the year races we've had in some time. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Micah Parsons, they didn't have the incredible seasons. It allowed for a defensive back to win it, but big reason for that is Aiden Hutchinson was at first the for sure defensive player of the year before we were even halfway through the season. And then Dexter Lawrence was going to do it, which was almost unheard of. A D tackle not named Aaron Donald and on a losing New York Giants football team. But that's how good Sexy Dexy was before he got hurt.
Trying to find his contract details currently.
Who, Sexy Dexy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a beast.
The offensive lineman and the defensive line market has definitely had a nice couple of weeks to start out training camp. New extensions coming in left and right. While Eli continues to pull that up, we have an edge rusher that seems to be on the rise, Will Anderson. He comes in at 47. Really good second season to just continue to cap off what was a pretty good defensive rookie of the year season. Him and Daniil Hunter are a special edge rushing tandem. Eli, do you find it?
Yeah, 4-year, 87.5 is what he's currently on through 2027. Yeah, through 2027.
Does it say when the guarantees stop? What is like the cash flow?
Looks like potential out 2026. That kind of drops there.
He'll probably be looking to re-up after this year,
Yeah.
especially if he has another good year.
Guarantees running low, and I'm sure the cash flow is also not great. At 46, we have a guy who's been in the news a lot. I actually made a TikTok about it. The Dolphins seem allergic to a positive storyline, which is hilarious because this is the time of year where it should be the easiest time to generate a positive story. Tyreek Hill was talking about the importance of going out and being on time for team stretch, and the next day was late for team stretch, which as a standalone incident, like, not a big deal. Tyreek Hill is one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. He's a top 5 wide receiver right now, in my opinion. Not a big deal. But if that's happening 24 hours after you went out of your way to say it, there's also been stuff about him saying Devon Achane's not a goal line back, and him and Mike McDaniel having a back and forth. The Dolphins are a mess. They're going to be in the running for the first overall pick. With that said, Tyreek Hill undoubtedly is just a superstar still. We've never seen anything like it.
Not to take away from talking about Tyreek, but is Miami the biggest downfall of the past couple of years, you think? Just based on, like, they were good, but they also looked like they were trending up. And it's just been, like, it's disgustingly awful now. Like, they had a fun team outside, like, their offensive line.
Fun. Like, they put up the 70 points against Denver a couple of years ago. With that said, I don't know how high they ever really were. They didn't have a playoff win, and they were doing great against the non-playoff teams, but whenever they played a team 500 or above, it struggled. And it stinks because I love Mike McDaniel, but yeah, they went all in on the Madden roster and proved that it doesn't always work. It's awesome when teams do it the right way, like the Eagles, but there's certainly a wrong way to still build that super team.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily think they were going to overtake the Bills for the East, but I thought they'd always be that second team. I thought New England was going to take some more time. The Jets were going to be the Jets, and that Miami would be sticking around and fighting for that wild card spot for the next, like, 6 or 7 years, especially with McDaniel and how much people seemed to love him a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, I guess the concerns with McDaniel were, like, he's a young guy, maybe he's too much of a player's coach.
Yeah.
And that's kind of showing. Like, you can be a guru, but you have to be able to handle your guys.
Yeah. For sure. I just think that, like, obviously when Tua's healthy, their offense is one of the better ones in the league. It just comes down to that, like you said, that coaching, that team mentality, that mindset. Like, they're just not a tough team, not a physical team. Whenever they play, like, the Baltimores of the world, the Bills of the world, the Chiefs of the world, teams that want to get after you, like, they get steamrolled. Like, they're just not ready for it.
No. I think without question, Miami's the basement of the East this year. I think Buffalo obviously is going to be high up. I'm all bought in on Braves and Drake May. New York, I mean, not to have a Justin Fields conversation, but I trust Aaron Glenn and company and their trajectory a lot more than I trust Miami right now.
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Tyrod Taylor comes in, then all of a sudden you have to yeah, that's right. You have to watch out for the Jets, but 45.
It's your boy.
Is Matthew Stafford a top 5 quarterback?
Not right now.
Eli?
I'd say no.
Who is? Who's that 5th guy?
My boy, Justin Herbert.
Could be.
Maybe.
You say that jokingly, but
No,
who is it? Who is it?
I would take Justin Herbert 90% of the season. I would take Stafford as a top 5 playoff quarterback.
All right, right now you have
I'm playing in a playoff game, or I'm playing
just
a full
in general.
season.
Just in general. Well,
I'm
full
pl-
season includes playoffs, so yeah,
Full season. If I had the same roster, just take a quarterback. I'm probably going Herbert over Stafford.
Herbert's nice with it.
Is Herbert year 5?
No,
Is it Hurts?
no.
Stroud.
It's a bundle of people. No one's locked it down.
Okay, I'm fine
Jaden-
with that.
Jay-
And Stafford's not in
Jaden
that.
Daniels is the front runner if he has another season like he did last year.
You hear Eli?
Is Stafford in that bundle?
He could be. I just think he's near the end of his career to where like
Yeah.
he's more veering towards retirement than like top 5 discussions.
The health is a concern without question. I think that the 5th spot is almost a tie between Jane Daniels and Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford was just so special last year, and that Rams team is special when he's healthy. The problem is he's already not healthy this year. Forget if we talked about it on air or not, but Eli was the one adamantly against it. Naples, I forget exactly where you stood on it, but the winner of the West, probably the Niners or the Rams, whoever's healthier, has a very good chance to be the front runner in the NFC just when you look at the schedule, both in their division and without. Once again, Eli's not for that. Naples, what are your thoughts? Because right now, the Niners, I would say, yeah.
Are you saying like they'll be the 1 seed? Yeah, it's not happening.
No?
I'm not even saying.
Their division's that division's tougher than you think it is. Like, so when you factor in those division games, I just don't think that they're
What's
gonna
tougher, them or the East?
them.
I would agree, but I think that's top heavy.
Well, because the East is really just.
It depends on.
The
I mean,
Eagles-
the Commanders are heavily.
I think the Commanders are really Jaden Daniels reliant. That team
Yeah.
That team's not good.
isn't the best, and then
and
Dallas
Terry stuff keeps going on.
And then
like, that could
Dallas
get
is
bad.
like Dallas is probably like a top 12 roster,
Mm.
and then it depends if Dak
You think Dallas is a top 12 roster?
probably. I mean, they have a good roster.
I don't know. There's so many question marks on the offensive and the defensive line, and
which has been such like a strong point for them
yeah.
the past 20 years. It seems like.
We'll see. I mean, I think they've improved other areas that normally are their weak spots compared to the line. So
Yeah.
I mean, Javonte Williams
And the
is your
Giants
starting
just-
running back. I'm already.
So I
I'm
was
already out.
who needs to run the ball?
not to bring up Parsons and the Cowboys, but to bring up Parsons and the Cowboys. Love Micah. I was thinking earlier today, like contract disputes and stuff. And I know it's probably gonna get like worked out like Miles did, and like this is all drama and stuff.
And TJ.
Yeah. But like, it's just the new era where like I can't imagine a GOAT having a contract dispute that goes into the season. If that makes sense. I know there's contract disputes. I know
Jamar
there's
Chase
stuff with,
last
like,
year.
Yeah, but there's just something about it's just like the Brady mentality almost of like I'm here to win. Like, not that there's not going to be contract disputes, and I think it will change as we move on. And
But that's what the
obviously this is
teams
way
use
it's
against the
going.
players.
I know, and I'm not saying it's
That's why.
against them. It's just like there's that thing in the back of my mind that's like, no, my GOAT, whoever my GOAT's going to be, is someone that like went in and worked their butt off and like didn't care about contracts, which is maybe like, I don't know, immature of
Naive.
me to think,
Yeah.
right? Biased, but that's just kind of in the back of my mind. I don't know.
No, I agree. Like, but also I think that's why the owners have all the leverage because they have no problem with shutting down the season for the year. As a football player, your natural instinct is to want to play
Right.
football. Especially, it's easy for us to like sit on a couch and pocket watch and
Yeah,
be like,
that's their life.
oh, you get paid millions of dollars to be super famous and just get all the glam. But I agree with you. Like,
There's just like that Jordan Brady in the back of my mind of like, nope, they're gonna go. They're freaking competitive, and they're not gonna stand on a sideline and watch practice.
Yeah, without question. I think we've also seen though that for the true greats, it doesn't necessarily matter. Tom Brady is last year. Granted, the team success wasn't quite there. He still had a tremendous final season
Yeah.
despite
Yeah, it's crazy.
flying to Boston for Bob Kraft's birthday party. TJ, the first hold in, he was out for a while. Jamar Chase last year had one of the best wide receiver seasons we've seen in the last decade, and we didn't know if he was playing week one. I remember.
Especially with an edge rusher, it's like they're going to eat.
Yeah, because so TJ's last contract dispute, that was the year I was at Syracuse, and I remember saying that we didn't know if he was going to play. They end up going to Buffalo that week, and TJ has like 2 sacks, one of which he forced a fumble. So
Like receiver quarterback scares me a little more than like an edge or.
I feel like offensive line would scare me too, just because of how
Yeah.
cohesive of a unit it has to be.
Yeah.
But also, Trent Williams is the only big time lineman that I can remember having a real like true holdout.
Yeah.
So, moving on to 44, we have Derwin James, very talented safety. I was just kind of off camera compiling my top 30 safeties. He's obviously very high, but it is kind of interesting. The safety position's not super high valued. There's been a lot of good ones for a while now. I mean, I feel like many people would still have Minkah Fitzpatrick in their top 10. He has 1 turnover in the last 2.5 years. It's interesting because Derwin James' health was the main issue. He's a smaller body. Last year, healthy, he was tremendous. Not many people can be a man-to-man safety like he.
Safeties are so fun. Like, the league is better when there are fun safeties. Like, it's very nostalgic to think of, like, the Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu days. And then
Brian
you have,
Dawkins.
Ronnie
Right.
Lott.
And then you have the Legion of Boom with the like
Earl T.
Chancellor just absolutely wrecking guys. Like, it's just, I think that there's some young safeties that are exciting, but I feel like there's been a little bit of a lull, and it's almost like the debate of that safety corner position where you have guys that are more hybrid, which is better for teams, but those like safety linebackers are so fun that just come downhill.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I was hoping with, not Buddha,
Isaiah
Simmons. Yeah,
Ooh.
but like,
Love Isaiah Simmons.
and it's
Madden
gotten
goat.
better. Yeah, and it's gotten better, but it's just so much more fun when there's those like safety linebacker hybrids. And Derwin's fun too.
Another interesting hybrid, a little bit different. Never really big enough for an off-ball linebacker, but one of my favorite players. We obviously are big on jerseys around here, especially the two of us. Tyrann Mathieu retiring a couple weeks ago. I have a feeling a Cardinals Tyrann Mathieu jersey is going to probably be in my next order.
Oh.
What about an LSU? Like a
Oh.
royal purple
I could
Tyrann
if
Mathieu, or one of those.
so. Like
white
I'm not
ones?
against college jerseys. I have a Kenny Pickett, Penn State Saquon, and then a Florida Tebow. Which I need to find more excuses to wear Florida Tebow because that's just.
I don't
sick.
know if I've ever. What color is it? Blue?
Yeah, I'll show
Alright,
it.
maybe
I'll
I
show it
have
to you
them.
after the episode.
No, I think I have
Um,
similar ones.
I don't know. Out of an LSU one, I would probably say I would get like a Burrow 9. I'd probably say it's probably
Like
the
a royal
LSU.
purple kind of.
Yeah, that's what I would go with. Cause like OBJ, I wasn't as big in college football back then. Like the 2013, the
Fournette
OBJ.
would be cool.
Yeah, Fournette honestly might be number 2.
Mm.
So
Lenny.
playoff Lenny. Eli, you brought up kind of how fans interact during player holdouts. Our next guy is a perfect definition of that, Trey Hendrickson, where there's just no leverage and he signed a bad contract. I personally would have not been worried about the guaranteed money, which is easy for me to say as a non-agent or player earning this money, but I would have said, all right, this is my final year. I'll play with the agreed upon number, but I would have had a no franchise tag clause. Which the Bengals are honestly too cheap to use the franchise tag in most cases.
But just setting up for it.
Yeah, that's something similar to what I said when Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs ended up agreeing to play on their tag. They each ended up getting like an extra $800,000 or something. I would rather have the guarantee that I wouldn't be tagged. Now, I ended up being wrong because the Giants didn't tag Saquon, but I would argue for another $12 million, yeah, tag Saquon and run him into the ground for another year. But Trey Hendrickson, very good player. There is kind of a narrative that he's awful against the run and he's just a sack artist. Granted, he's no Watt, Garrett, Parsons, Crosby against the run. He's also not a scrub, which is kind of interesting. Doing my rankings of all the position groups, he was just shy of my top 10, I believe. He was in that 10 to 12 range. still a very good player and deserving of at least $30 million when you look at what the market is.
Yeah, no, he's definitely really good. He's led the league over the last 2 years in like total sacks.
34 and a half.
Yeah, no, he's been like the only bright spot of that defense for sure. Hopefully, him and Shamar Stewart can get it going this year.
Yeah, I mean that's a team that like you kind of used to think all about the defense, and like those Steelers Bengals games, and
Perfect, Pac-Man.
it very quickly turned to like you just think of Flash when you think of the Bengals, and just with Burrow, Chase, and Higgins. But I mean Trey's been fun to watch. Just see if they get enough use out of him to make that playoff run.
I've been saying it the last couple of years about the Bengals. I like Zach Taylor, but you have a quarterback who individually had, I will argue till the day I die, Joe Burrow had the better individual season out of any single quarterback last year. Better than Allen and Lamar.
Yeah, his season was really good. They just didn't win.
And Allen and Lamar were historic last year. Jamar Chase, same thing. 9-8. All these slow starts, at what point do you say, all right, we have a Joe Burrow who has that Tom Brady mindset. He's been the one person who's been able to kind of shake up the Bengals front office / ownership. Let's go all in. Let's go grab a head coach. Zach Taylor, you want the young, hot offensive mind. Zach Taylor comes from the McShanahan tree. He's probably the least flashy out of anybody from that tree. He doesn't do anything super advanced on the offensive side. I don't know. Throw a dart. Try and swing for the fences, which is something I think all teams should end up doing. Like the Raiders, like Pete Carroll, he might only be there for a couple years. Statistically, you're going to fire your coach after a couple years anyway. I'd be calling everybody. I'm calling Belichick. I'm calling Saban. I'm calling and obviously there's a Ben Johnson. That's ideal because hopefully you want to find the guy who's going to be there the next 30 years.
Has there ever been anything public about like Taylor and Burrow's relationship? Because like I wonder if that gets sticky.
There was one thing that happened during the season where the Bengals won the game, but they got sloppy at the end of it, and Burrow was pissed. And Taylor came over to him to try and calm him down, and Burrow snapped at him, which I had forgotten about. But then when quarterback season 2 came out, they talked about it a little bit. I just look at how talented both Burrow, Chase, yes, Higgins too, like, we're wasting it. And I've said the same thing to a lesser extent because Sean McDermott's way better than Zach Taylor. But same thing with Sean McDermott. Josh Allen, the last 2 years, has outplayed Mahomes by a decent bit. Josh Allen has 2 AFC Championship appearances. Not even... Joe Burrow has as many AFC Championship appearances as Josh Allen. And so both of those teams, at what point is good enough just not good enough? You have a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Naples is gone, bro. Naples, you're not allowed to drive home. You're
Dude, I just
money.
like zoning out. Just like, I don't know, just like I'm hearing the words you're saying, I'm just like, the Bengals.
I think waste is hard to say just because of the era, like the dynasty era of the Chiefs. Like I don't.
Big Ben has 2 rings. Peyton Manning has 2 rings. Joe Flacco has a ring. Like,
yeah,
it's still doable.
They were
even
almost
with
there. I don't know. Like when I hear waste, I more think of Josh Allen. But yeah, it's tough when you pair it.
But what
Burrow
else
with
can
Chase.
Josh Allen do at this point? And I'm not even a Josh Allen fanboy, but his
Play defense.
Yeah, exactly. His postseason numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what, and that's without a bona fide number 1 wide receiver.
That's what I'm
this
like. I
past
get
year.
like the Burrow and Chase combo wasting that, but I don't know. I think waste is just tough to. It's not like they've had no success.
Missing the playoffs with the best
Missing-
quarterback in
yeah.
the NFL last year and the best wide receiver in the NFL last year. That's crazy.
I mean, they weren't winning the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, they could have.
Regardless.
That's one
They
of those
could've won
Bulls
teams.
were on like a
They could've won the
freaking,
Super Bowl.
freaking path.
It doesn't matter. They could have cat pace with the Eagles.
I don't know. I just think waste is a tough word.
And once again, Zach Taylor is without question deserving of an NFL job. With that said, flirting around with 9-8, and then when the years they do make the playoffs, they're great. They can compete with anybody, but it shouldn't be a toss-up, which statistically it has been, that they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You have a top 4 quarterback, last season the best quarterback, and last season the best wide receiver, and
and one of the better running backs from like week 9 on when he started.
Um,
I think all of Chase Brown's once he started every game, I think it was like week 9 on, he didn't not rush for like 100 yards a game, or at least 100 yards a game. So,
and having that quarterback, like, I remember Bruce Arians, funny enough, he ended up coming out of retirement to coach Jameis and then Tom Brady. But he originally said he wasn't going to come out of retirement unless it was to coach the Browns and coach Baker Mayfield. And you have a quarterback that is special like that, where you could draw a big name, like a Nick Saban, like a Bill Belichick. Granted, I think both of them want back in the NFL regardless, but you can draw that big name. Ben Johnson, if the Bengals head coaching job is available, as long as the money's not awful, which, I mean, it's the Bengals, so it might have been a super non-competitive offer, Ben Johnson is choosing to go coach Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase 10 out of 10 times.
yeah.
Any final thoughts? We dwelled on that one a little bit, which is good, but
I don't think so.
42, we have one of my favorite corners in the NFL, somebody who hasn't gotten paid. The Chiefs have been paying all their guys. A fellow first-round pick from the same draft class in George Karlaftis, Trey Smith got paid. Trent McDuffie, and this guy's incredible inside and outside. He might be the best nickel and a top 3 boundary corner. He is just that good. Naples is scaring me. He might actually have to spend the night.
Dude, what are you talking about?
But Trent McDuffie, just a stud. Love him.
I think he's one of the more underrated guys. I think if you asked the average fan between him and Sauce, like probably 90% of guys are just going with the namesake of Sauce without looking at numbers like this past couple of years.
And the interceptions. McDuffie's not a huge pick, guys, so that also goes against
right.
him.
So I guess you're not going to see him like on SportsCenter and in the highlights always, but yeah, I mean, they have a great defense, and he's been a strong part of that, and yeah.
He's an animal. Naples, any thoughts?
I do agree with like what he was saying about the Sauce glaze. I think too many people just like look at name value and not like what people do on the field. Like Denzel Ward, I think he doesn't get enough credit from like people like in NFL like circles. I think, or not
Except
in NFL
this
circles.
podcast,
Except
baby.
this podcast. I mean, like just like the casual fan or like networks like don't ever really talk about Denzel Ward like they do a Sauce or like a Surtain or some of those other guys. Like obviously, I think Surtain holds the value a little more. But McDuffie, all around, just a really solid guy. Him and Karlaftis, I think, were either the same draft class or like a year apart.
Same
So
one.
like the Chiefs have done a really good job just drafting like really good players to help build depth, and then just keep redoing those contracts, keep getting rookies on contracts, and you just keep building around Mahomes, and that's how you build winning culture.
And the Steelers drafted Kenny Pickett over him.
Amen.
All right, so
Kenny.
at 41, we have Quentin Nelson. We're going to skip ahead, I think.
Yeah, probably just roll through these next two.
Yeah,
probably until 37.
I'm good with that. 41, Quentin Nelson. 40, Antoine Winfield, another one of those just versatile safeties. 39, Tyler Linderbaum. This is Marquise Pouncey reincarnated, just with some shorter T-Rex arms. 38, Lane Johnson. Ridiculous that he's a 99 overall. Still playing at a very high level. With that said, this is not the best he's ever been, so why is it the highest overall he's ever been? Why?
Inflation.
It's because we pander to Eagles fans because they need their emotions kept. Yeah. And I like the Eagles, but if you tell them that they don't have the best player at every position, they will come after you. 37, Jahmyr Gibbs. Naples, you kind of had this as our checkpoint. Do you want to hit it?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite players. I think I really liked him coming out of college. I really liked when the Lions drafted him. I thought it was like just keep building on like skill guys. Like in today's NFL, you just need guys that can go. People that make those game-changing plays, and I think that Gibbs is definitely one of those guys. We didn't put many running backs on this list. I think Gibbs is definitely deserving to be on here. Depending on who you ask, like he could be third or he could be fifth. he ain't going much outside of that in terms of people's list of top running backs in the league. He's just so dynamic. I think the one thing with him, though, is like everyone says, well, if he gets those touches because he splits with David Montgomery, I want to just see him get all the touches in the world. Like, he's just so dynamic with the ball in his hand. The ball in the balls.
I just, I mean, it's fun to. You remember how funny it was those first couple of weeks of his regular season when people were like, first couple weeks of his rookie regular season when people were like, why isn't he playing? Like,
Yeah.
it was just like nuts. He'd get the ball and take a screen like 50 yards, and then he'd sit the bench the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And he was like, what's going on? To your David Montgomery point, I think it's smart of the Lions.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks from a fantasy standpoint specifically because, like, you want the touchdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're the Lions, you're looking for longevity. It'd be fun to watch Gibbs get some more carries, especially at the goal line, and if he's on your fantasy team. But I don't think it's a bad, like, blueprint for having a speedy back that can change games for years to come to have that guy that's like, sorry, bud, you're not touching it on the goal line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think running back by committees can be really good. I don't know. I think when you have players that are that electric, you just, like, it's doing them a disservice, doing your team a disservice to not get them more touches. Because, like, better things are going to happen when they touch the ball.
But maybe that is like a diminishing return where, like, then in a year it's not as good because you did give them those.
Run them into the ground. Now's the time to win. Now's
But
the time to win, Eli. Now's the time to win.
I don't know.
Feed them.
I'm of the mindset run them into the ground. If I were running back on a contract year, I'm giving them 400 plus touches. I don't care. Like the Bills, for instance, James Cook should have 350 carries and then like another 70 catches this year, and then they should definitely not re-sign him.
I don't know. That's
No,
kinda
that is
nuts.
exactly it is. So it was proven this year that there are some great running backs in the NFL that are not replaceable. Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs ish, but even that the Raiders should have kept Josh Jacobs in hindsight.
Yeah, but now they got Genty.
But we'll just say Derrick
We're gonna
Henry.
start on Genty.
Oh yeah, what's your takes on Genty?
You'll see week
He's
3.
slow.
You'll see
He
week
runs like
3.
a 4.6.
And the Anthony Richardson arc.
Oh my gosh.
Torn
What was
ACL
that
week
talking
3.
about? James Cook is
Why do you think he's
closer.
gonna improve?
I'm just
Thank you,
kidding.
bro.
James Cook is closer to good than great, and good running backs are still replaced all the time. Every college football program in America can produce
College
an
football
NFL
is so
running back.
different because you just have dominant offensive lines.
But that's all you need. Think about it. When starting in little league and high school football, most of the schemes are let's get the most athletic kid the football, and the
Yeah.
easiest way to do that is running back. And
I just think college is like,
we have so many running backs
Yeah.
every single year.
I know college is just so hard for running backs and receivers. It's like,
Yeah, exactly. You can get a Tyrone Tracy in the 5th round. James Cook is closer to Tyrone Tracy than Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry.
You can get a Nick Chubb in the 2nd round.
The same year as Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's.
Run the running backs into the ground.
I disagree.
Chances
plenty of
chances are they're good, not great.
I don't
and you
disagree
can get good
not
all the
re-signing
time.
them. But a guy like Gibbs.
So why not run them into the ground if you're
It's
not
working for them. Like, it's not like Montgomery's bad at the goal
Oh
line and
no,
not
no,
scoring
I'm talking
touchdowns.
about just in general. Like I agree, but also
I
not
think that's perfect balance.
not many teams have David Montgomery as your backup running back.
Yeah.
Is how I would counter that. So I think the Lions, I'm fine with that, but
Run them into the ground. Both of them.
just run the ball every play.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm right with that.
36, we have Brock Bowers. I think he's already the best tight end in football. We have him as our 2nd ranked tight end. He did something last year that we've never seen before, which is why he would have been my vote for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jaden Daniels was spectacular. Bo Nix was very good as well. Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, for that matter, also. With that said, Brock Bowers did something that we've never seen before with below-average quarterback play consisting of Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, and Desmond Ritter.
Where did he finish? Did he finish 5th? Did he
And
finish behind the receivers?
I think he was third. I think he had one first place vote that kind of carried him. Because this was the first year that the AP had ranking vote system similar to what college football does.
Yeah.
So there were different ways. It wasn't just voting for one player. 35 and 34, we got a couple old heads, two future Hall of Famers, and Chris Jones and Cam Hayward. Josie's convinced Cam Hayward's going to be a double-digit sack guy till he's 40. I'm a little bit less optimistic. With that said, one of the better run defenders that we've seen. Chris Jones also just tremendous. He's kind of been the forgotten GOAT of the Chiefs dynasty. Everybody thinks of Mahomes and Kelsey, obviously, then Andy Reid. Chris Jones deserves to be up there with them. 33, we have our highest ranked tight end, and you heard Naples disagree with my Brock Bowers take.
Second highest, right?
No, I think pretty sure
Uh,
Kittle's number 1 on
19.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. We still have Kelsey 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's too early. It's always too early to be crowning these guys after 1 year. I think you got to at least see it for 2, and
What
then
are we
you
talking
know
about?
after 3,
Bowers.
just crowning him, saying he's the best tight end in the league. Like it's just like it's too early. It's the same point when you brought up when we were talking about Cooper DeJean and
Oh,
Quinyon
yeah.
Mitchell ranked already in like the top 60 players. It's
Cooper
like,
DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell's season was a lot different than Brock Bowers.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying DeJean shouldn't
Brock
be.
Bowers-
Obey. I don't know.
I'm not saying DeJean shouldn't be top 60 because he's a rookie. I think if he wasn't some like flashy white boy corner, then he wouldn't be.
No, it's
top
just
60.
too early to crown.
I think
him.
it's name thing.
It's just too early.
I think that I agree with. I thought you were gonna bring up Jaden Daniels, honestly, there with the too early.
I mean,
Because
he's
I think
part of it.
quarterbacks are too early. Tight end is just a position where it's like that's a pretty survivable position.
What about Kyle Pitts? He had over 1,000 yards his rookie year.
But
And now what happened?
But he's
He
Now what
wasn't-
happened, Eli?
His
He's
rookie
cooked.
year, people weren't talking about him. Like,
Yeah, they were. They
No,
were
not-
gassing him up. Yes, they were.
not like Brock Bowers, and he's a receiver.
Kyle Pitts is a receiver.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
No.
Brock Bowers is a receiver.
Yeah,
ain't a
not to
blocker.
the point Kyle Pitts is.
Brock Bowers is much more of a blocker than Kyle Pitts.
Kyle
Yeah.
Pitts was like, might as well play
Brock
that
Bowers
receiver.
is the greatest tight end prospect. of
Oh
all
my
time.
gosh. He's the greatest prospect of all time.
Tight end
end.
prospect? Yeah.
That's just not true.
How many tight
Who would
ends
you
could
say,
win the
Pitts? 'Cause
Heisman in
there's
college
not-
football?
There's not many. Pitts was up there.
Dude, so many other tight ends.
Like who?
Shannon Sharp. Better.
Really? You
Yeah,
remember with the pre-draft
It's like a-
No,
process?
Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates, the basketball,
basketball
player?
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, best tight end
Better.
prospect. All right.
That's how you get him.
33, we have George Kittle. 32, Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
31, Amon-Ra. 30, Jaden Daniels.
That's my guy. With
Yeah.
the record show, I was on him first.
After just saying that you don't
Hey.
want to crown him after 1
Hey,
year.
I'm not crowning him. That's why I said he's not locked into my 5th spot. That's why I said he's not locked in. But
But
if
he's your guy.
he is my guy. He is my guy.
He needs to put
I've
on
got
some
the
weight.
receipts.
He's gonna get hurt. 29, Puka
He said
Nakua.
he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
Dude, what are you wishing injuries upon people?
I don't. It's just
Not
a matter
wishing,
of
it's
fact.
just we just know. Anthony
Oh, you just
Richardson.
He
know.
doesn't
Anthony
have.
Richardson.
He doesn't have an NFL body.
Sure.
He needs to put on some
Anthony
muscle.
Richardson.
Sure.
He's
What
very
is an
talented.
NFL body? I think
Muscle
that's all
mass.
subjective.
Muscle.
And
Not
what if he doesn't?
really.
What if he doesn't get touched?
What are? Yeah, is that what's gonna happen?
Is AR gonna start?
I have no idea.
He had a good week of practice.
Sure.
I feel like they have to start him. I feel like they have to.
So did Shadur Sanders.
Hey.
You see all these. What is up with these freaking
The-
practice posts? This is
Listen,
crazy.
The practice stat
this is
lines.
nuts.
Bro.
ESPN, like, chill out.
Dude, you gotta follow the QB tracker, okay?
That's
Pay attention to the
crazy.
scores. Pay attention to Shador. Listen, by week 6, week 7, 6-7, Shador, perfect timing, gonna be in there. It's gonna be perfect timing. He's gonna light it up, and then he's gonna sell us next season so we get our
completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, no picks. Or
exactly. Yeah, he's cooking with the 4th team.
All right, 28, 28,
14
Creed
defense.
Humphrey. 27,
They
Christian
played against the
Gonzalez.
15 defense.
14 offense.
All right, we're continuing on. All right, 27, Christian Gonzalez.
Did you just skip over Jaden Daniels, bro?
Not really.
You barely gave
We
him a
talked, about
burn.
how
Yeah.
we talked about how he get hurt this year.
After how he's
Talk about how he led that
CJ
dog
Stroud,
team to the NFC Championship.
Exactly, they're screwed this year. There's everything went right for them last year. They're going to be lucky to get to the playoffs this season.
I think they'll be a playoff team.
They could for sure, but everything went right for them, and you hit it.
Yeah.
There's no skill positions there. Zach Ertz is their second best skill player.
If they lose Terry McLaurin, I'm gonna be really scared about that offense.
You're gonna.
But if Jaden Daniels solves all those problems and makes all those other dudes look that much better, then like, who's to say they can't put up 30 a game again?
Me, yeah. Especially, all right. Let's go even more nuanced with it. The Cliff Kingsbury offense has been electric in both college and the NFL towards the beginning of his 10 years, and then it fades out. So year 2 in the Cliff Kingsbury offense, gonna get figured out.
Yeah, we'll
No
see.
skill positions, relying on veterans on the defensive side to not take a step back. Just
Is Chase still in San?
Nah, bro, they got Von Miller, right?
no, he's in New Orleans for a second.
No, they got Von Miller.
Yeah, an aging veteran. Yeah,
And Bobby Wagner.
yeah. Von Miller and Bobby Wagner 10 years ago. This is the best defense in the NFL.
Hey, man. Vet still got it. That's what we proved
And
last
listen,
year.
old men playing
Vet still
football
got
is
it.
my favorite thing. I
Yeah.
root for somebody signed Mercedes Lewis, but with that said, I'm not going to be relying
Aren't
to
you the
field the
known
team.
Mercedes Lewis hater?
No, that's Josie.
Oh, Josie's the known
Yeah.
hater?
Josie somehow craps on a 20-year career. I don't know. Mercedes Lewis is a beast. All right,
Anyway,
25, CD Lamb. What do you? I'm thinking we get to.
20.
I was gonna say 12.
I was say 20 is a good spot to stop, probably. And then just do like the top 20.
No, I was thinking we could do something else in addition to this next week. If we do 20, then it's probably just this next week.
Yeah,
I'm
we
good
can-
with whatever.
I think that'd probably be fine. Because then we can start off whatever
The
episode
AFC
to
and
just.
NFC
Yeah.
preview. All right, we'll just get to 20. Do we just want to rattle off the 20, or is there
I think
somebody that stands out that you guys want to talk about?
let's go to 22.
Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton. That's another safety that is like what Derwin James is, but better. And unfortunately, he plays for the Ravens.
Unfortunately.
That's the sad part is the Ravens just know how to pick him. But I love Kyle Hamilton. Just like the way he moves, his instincts, just being able to fly around the field, man coverage, like he's so good. Like he can box up any tight end. User him in Madden. He's a dog. He's like 6'4". That's all I have to say about him.
I mean, Hutch is just in such a make or break year after like a gruesome injury, where I feel like if he doesn't come out and produce in the first like 8 or 9 weeks, people are just gonna start calling him washed and think that he's done. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be above average still, but I don't know. Getting back to the top, I mean, I think he was underrated in how quick he was. I mean, it's talked about his quickness, but honestly, probably just like being a big white dude from Michigan, like how much is that going to be affected by his injury? So I don't know. I'm curious to see how he does at the beginning of the year because that will probably foresee what he's like the next couple of years.
Yeah, for sure.
The other numbers that we had, so I think 28, Creed Humphrey, 27, my man crush, Christian Gonzalez, 26, Jordan Mailata. If you needed to have an Eagles lineman be a 99 overall, Jordan Mailata would have been the better argument, but whatever. We'll just, Madden sucks. 25, CeeDee Lamb, 24, Derek Stingley Jr., 23, Eli's Aiden Hutchinson, 22, Naples Kyle Hamilton, 21, Tristan Wirfs, and then leaving 20.
Sure.
Wait, let me see.
Let's leave it. Tristan Wirfs.
Eli wants to see if he has a super hot take.
Tristan Wirfs just outside the top 20.
That's good.
What a stud.
Yeah, gotta love those Iowa offensive linemen.
It's Iowa tight ends. Dogs.
Penn State sneaking up on tight end, you.
Yeah, Tyler Warren. How's he going to do this year, Eli?
I think he'll do solid,
Is he
but
going to put up Brock Bowers numbers in year 1?
No.
no.
He's the only person who can catch the ball there.
Yeah, I
What?
think
Right,
just
cool.
Michael Pittman, 80
Michael
Mitch.
Pittman sucks. He is one of the
He averages
worst.
like 90 catches,
He's-
1,000
bro,
yards
he-
a year.
He's one of the worst receivers. Like, to be doubted as, like, the team's number one option.
So
He's
you
like
think
the
he's,
worst
He's
one.
the worst wide receiver one.
Yes, he probably is.
So-
I'd have to look at it, but
so
he's
it-
definitely bottom 3.
He's down there. Go ahead. Let's. All right, so
It is.
the Steelers. DK's better.
DK's
than
better.
Bengals, yes.
Yeah.
Browns, Judy, yes. Zay
Zay
Flowers,
Flowers, yeah.
yes. AFC East, Jets, Garrett Wilson,
Yup.
yes.
The
Khalil-
Bills,
Khalil
not
Shakir.
yet. Not yet.
Pittman is better
I think
than
Keon
Khalil
Coleman can be better than him, though.
He had 500 yards.
I said he can be.
I know,
said
so
not
right
yet.
now.
Yeah, not yet.
All right, so there's one.
Patriots, Diggs.
If
Ooh.
healthy, I'm going Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. All right, AFC West. I'm taking Pittman over
did we?
Cortland
No,
Sutton.
Dolphins, Tyreek Hill.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
And Jalen Waddle, for that fact.
close, but yeah. All right, AFC West. I'm taking Michael Raiders for sure, and I'm going to take Broncos. I'm taking Pittman over Cortland Sutton.
They're like the same player to me.
All right, then.
Close.
So
Yeah, all right.
I'll call that a wash.
right, well, that's
Wait,
three
What do you
already.
mean Raiders?
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers is better than Michael Pittman.
Listen, Jacoby Myers is underrated. No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Jacoby Myers is better than him. Jacoby Myers is so good.
Chiefs Rasheed Rice is better than
Yeah.
Michael Pittman. But
AFC South. Nico's better.
Pittman's the number 2 on the Chiefs by
Brian
it's not even
Thomas.
close.
That's not true. Hollywood Brown's better.
Yeah, okay.
Titans.
He says
Brian,
we can't even.
Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter are both better. Nico's better.
Yeah.
You
He's
said
better.
Travis
He's
already.
Yes. Yeah.
He's better than
What are they
Cal-
gonna do with him?
Titans. You taking Calvin?
Pick him up.
You taking Calvin
Sure.
Ridley or Pittman? That's pretty close.
Probably Ridley.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know
close.
if Calvin Ridley's just sucks or if he's on the Titans.
Probably a little bit of both.
yeah.
Who's the other team in that division?
Jags,
Texans.
Texans, Colts.
Colts,
So,
Colts.
Oh yeah, and then
all right. So 3-4-ish from the
Yeah.
AFC.
Uh-huh.
The NFC Packers.
Nope.
When you look at what they've done, Pittman, without question, is the number 1 on the Packers.
He's not better than them.
But who?
Jaden Reed.
I'll take Matthew Golden over him.
All right, so
Rookies
potentially,
are so tough.
potentially,
Christian Watson's better. Okay.
last year Michael Pittman is the number 1 on the Packers, and it's not close.
Christian Watson hurt.
Michael Pittman stinks. All he knows how to do is run a slant. I'll give you the Packers.
Okay,
Sure. Next team, not the Vikings.
not the Vikings,
Not the Bears.
not the Lions.
Yeah.
All right, so 4 or 5-ish. NFC East Giants, no. Cowboys, no. Commanders,
Eagles, nope.
no.
Commanders,
Eagles, no. Saints.
Nope, he ain't better than Olave.
Is Olave on the field?
He is. We're assuming healthy. Michael Pittman's dealt with injuries. So-
Michael Pittman's been way healthier than Olave.
That's not
But
true.
I'll still take Olave.
Okay.
Let's take Olave.
Buccaneers,
Nope.
no. Panthers,
Nope.
yeah.
No.
Over who?
McMillan.
Bro, I'll take both the Panthers guys, and I'll take Thielen. I'm taking everyone in
No.
Carolina over him.
Adam
Why do
Thielen.
you
You're
hate
taking
Michael-
current day Adam
Michael-
Thielen over Michael Pittman?
Not current day, but I will take it.
What are we talking
I will take
about?
Leggett. Leggett's better. Leggett's better, and Tet's better.
Sure, Adam Thielen was a top 3 receiver at a time.
Hey,
But
Tet's
current
better.
day Adam
Tet's
Thielen.
better than him.
Rookie. I don't
Put
know
on the
his
Tet
rookie
tape.
class for receivers.
Put on the Tet tape. Anyway, who's the other team in that division? Falcons. No, he's not better than Drake London.
No. In the
Marv.
NFC West, Seahawks.
Nope.
No, JSN's better. 49ers.
Ayuk's better.
Yeah. Reluctant, yeah, there, because I think Ayuk's so overrated.
Puka and Devontae.
Yup.
Yeah.
And then Marv.
Yeah, and Marv's better.
So like
5-ish.
6.
Which I
So
agree,
he's near
he's
the
the lower end wide receiver ones. But
He's not good, bro. He's actually so bad. Go watch Michael Pittman tape. It's so bad to watch.
how much Michael Pittman tape do you watch me for?
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
All right,
Enough,
all right.
enough.
On that note, this has been the second short podcast. Naples is gonna go watch Michael Pittman.
Bet
After
the
he
bet
falls
the
asleep,
unders.
after he
Bet the
takes a
unders.
nap,
Huh?
After he takes a nap.
Yeah.
Hey,
after
bet
he-
the unders.
He's gonna fall asleep watching Pittman tape.
I'm gonna fall asleep driving on the road.
We're gonna post Naples breakdown of Michael Pittman tape.
Yeah, we're gonna do a segment.
We'll see you next week.